Hello. Okay, so today we are talking about getting over your fear of getting on video. So many of my clients, people I've spoke to, and friends that are on Instagram or on social media, becoming influencers, coaches, or just sharing what they're going through, are afraid to get on video in the beginning. And let me tell you, almost all of us have been through this stage fright or camera shy. And I'm going to give you some really tangible tips and new beliefs to help you overcome this fear, because really it's holding us all back from sharing this important information that we're getting, our downloads, our channeling, everything that we're using to heal ourselves. We want to share with others, right? And sometimes we're super excited to share it, but then as soon as we're about to press record or have our face on a camera, we freeze and we don't do it. So I'm here to give you some tips on what I've done that have really worked to get over my fear of being on video and camera. So if you are an influencer, a coach, and you want to share more about who you are, share your tips, grow your following, and grow and just blossom out of and into just this beautiful being you want to be, and to be an influencer and to get paid, then listen up. Video is so important. It helps connect. You can feel more energy when you are on video and seeing someone speak. You're like, oh, they're a real human, versus like posting on Instagram and having a picture and a caption. There's just so much more that we take and transmute through video. The physical energy, even though it's through a camera, there's so much more connection, and we build trust through video as well. So here's how to help overcome your fear of video, because we've all been there. It's not like, you're just not good at it. It takes practice and courage. So first thing I do whenever I get on video, in the very beginning when I was really afraid, is I get grounded. So this is more my spiritual coaching side coming in for you guys. Meditate, ground, go out in nature, whatever you need to do to feel present in the moment. So sometimes it's just like a couple deep breaths that I'll do. I'll just like center, sit down, stand up, close my eyes, do a couple deep breaths in and out, and just really feel here and now. Because whenever we're in the present moment, we're not in the past, we're not in the future. And it's only when we're in the past and the future that we feel fear. And so if we're not thinking about, oh my gosh, what are people going to think of us? It's a future thought. Or past, oh, I was made fun of for a video I made, or I was made fun of for not looking a certain way. We're not thinking about all those things that create the fear and stop us from doing what we want to do, which is creating a video. So getting grounded, meditating, whatever form that takes on for you is perfect. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. If you want some tips on how to meditate that's new to you, or getting grounded, let me know, and I'd be happy to share what I've done and what others have taught me. So that's one tip: getting grounded, meditating, doing a couple deep breaths, whatever it takes to get in the present, the here and the now. And then also calling in your guides, your higher self, your support team, your galactic family, whoever you speak to support you, call them in. If you're in the spiritual community like me, you've probably heard a lot about channeling, downloads, guides, light language, all of these other modalities that are coming through us that we're now sharing. That's what it is. Channeling is just a form of information coming through us where we're like, wow, was that me? Because it just flowed through us. And so when we tap into our guides, a higher self, we're allowing that information to come through us. And so a lot of my posts and my information I put out there is channeled through me. It's like in that moment I get a download or information and I'm like, ooh, I don't even think like, what are people going to say? It's just so instinctive that I'm just like, I have to share this right now. And so whenever we have a connection with our guides and call them in before video, the more at peace you will feel, because you feel like it's not really you speaking, it's just the infinite intelligence coming through you, and you're supported, so you're not doing this alone. Even though it's just you here that people may only physically see, there's so much more support around us, our guides, our angels, the collective, other beings, dimensions that are supporting us on this journey of ascension. So call in your guides, your support system, your higher self before you get on video too. Okay, another thing. Okay, when we are sharing this information, let me backtrack a little bit. We are sharing this information, we feel called to share this information for a reason. So if you ever have a nudge to get on video, do it. Even if you feel like someone else has already spoke about this topic, no one says it just like you. And the more that we share this information, the more it resonates with people. Because, there's a rule of 3 that I always follow for the spiritual community. If you hear something 3 times, you're like, wow, that's a sign I'm going to act on it. That is a message I need to hear. So the more we can share information, the better. It's not like a competition of, oh, they've already said it, so then they're going to think I'm copying them. That's not it at all. And if someone else is thinking that, let them have that thought. That is not yours to keep. And so what I really want to share with all of you is, if you're thinking about video and you're afraid to share it, think about what would happen if you didn't share it. That message is coming through you to help heal others. And so remember, what's the bigger picture here? It's not about us. It's about the collective. It's everyone else involved in this co-creation that we are creating together and individually. So really flip the switch and think about, when we get in our own way, we are holding back from helping and healing others and ourselves. So whenever you have that nudge and it's, you have a nudge to get on video and then you're like, oh, I can't do it, I'm so scared, what are people going to think? What about all the other people that, want your support and your information, and you're holding back from their healing process too? So, message to you, get out of your own way. It's not about you, it's about the collective. And whenever I remind myself to get back into that mindset, the bigger picture, why I am helping others in their ascension, why I'm helping them with their business and speak their truth, is because I know the more people are speaking the truth, as a collective, the more that we are going to ascend together to the fifth dimension, the more that we're going to help heal, the more love there will be, the less judgment there will be. Which leads me to the next reason and support and belief I want to share with you in helping you to get comfortable being on video and share your truth. Releasing judgment. So, you may be thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so afraid to be on video right now because I know people are going to say, wow, whatever she said is wrong, or I don't believe in that, or her hair and makeup's not perfect, and whatever judgments are coming up, and you think people are going to judge you for whatever you're saying, the truth is that's judgment coming from you first, and people can just be mirrors for you. So this was really a big one for me, was I realized those fears of judgment were really just projections of myself judging myself. So as soon as I released judgment of myself, I didn't even think about what others were going to think of these videos that I was creating. And so think about it and ask yourself, what am I judging in myself that I get to release through this video and help others heal as well? Because the biggest thing that's holding us back is this fear of judgment. And we think that others are judging us, and that's why we can't do something, but it's really ourselves. So what are you judging yourself for? And really do some journaling, reflection, whatever you need to do, release that judgment. And by you releasing it, you're allowing others to release it, and it's a collective healing that happens across this planet as we all ascend together. All right, another one, trusting and surrendering. I truly, truly trust in divine power. I trust in my guides. I trust in spirit. I trust in God, the collective consciousness. And whenever I surrender to that, I feel like I can do anything. Like, truly, I can do anything because I know I'm supported. And whenever I feel that intuitive download that comes through me and I know I want to get on camera to talk about it, I trust that that is information that needs to be received. And every time I'm even just a little bit afraid to press load and upload my videos, instantly on the other side, someone will share with me, wow, that message was for me. And that's the trust that we get to lean on when we're in fear, trusting that someone on the other side is going to watch your video in divine timing and it's going to help heal them. So once again, it's kind of going back to the other message of like getting out of your own way and releasing that judgment. Through trusting and surrendering, we're able to just do anything and be fearless and to help serve others. So trust, surrender, and just repeat that mantra if you need to over and over. I'm trusting, I'm trusting, I'm trusting. And it releases any fear that may come as you are creating this beautiful video to help support others. All right. Another tip, fuck the rules. There are no rules on how your video needs to look, how you need to speak, if you need to do editing, if you need to be wearing certain clothes, makeup, no makeup, screw it. Like, it doesn't matter. I think more and more of us are realizing that the perfectionism is just hindering and holding us back. So I'm all about real and raw. If you want to have a studio and have certain things set up, great, but make sure that's not really just a distraction from doing what you really need to do, which is upload the damn thing and record the video. Because we can get caught up in like, ooh, I need to make sure I'm doing a certain length, and then it's not that length and I need to redo it, and I need to have a certain background and noise. Like, I'm in Costa Rica right now, and yeah, it's beautiful. It's loud, so hopefully you guys can hear me, but I just trust that it's going to work out. And I do one take and one take only, because I truly believe whatever needs to come through me this first time is divine timing. And something else my friend reminded me of is the energy. So whenever we're in the moment and we're just super amped up about what we want to share of this download, that energy is being transmuted. It's not just the words coming out of our mouth, it's the energy, the vibration that's coming out through the camera into you. That's a part of the transmutation, and the transmission, I should say. So trusting all of that combined. So screw perfectionism of how you think it's supposed to be, release the expectations and just let it flow through you, and trusting that it's going to be perfect, even though perfection isn't even tangible, but it's going to be exactly what people need to hear. So lastly, I'm going to give you a little homework assignment, a little fun activity. I want you to, if you haven't done this before and you're getting over your fear of getting on video, is to get on Facebook or get on Instagram or get on YouTube and do a one-take video on something you feel called to speak about. No editing, no redoing, one video and sharing that. It could be on an IGTV story. Maybe it's a 10-second video and that's all you need. Or it's an IGTV and it's 5 or 10 minutes, however long you need it to be. Do that challenge. I promise you, once you do it once and get over that fear, it'll be so exhilarating, you're going to want to keep doing it more and more. That's what happens to me and all my friends that are coaches and started out in the same position you're in. It's just like, wow, I proved to myself it's not as scary as I thought it was. And every single time it gets easier and easier. So I want to invite you to do that challenge for yourself. Let me know how that challenge goes if you do it. And with all of that said, please show up for all of us. Your information and the knowledge you have and the wisdom you want to share is important, and it needs to be heard. So thank you, all of you light workers, coaches, everyone out there that is supporting in the collective consciousness and ascension process. I love you. I'm sending you guys all so much love and light from Costa Rica, and I'll talk to you next time.